Hi everyone. Hi y'all, how y'all feeling today? Yeah? Happy Black History Month and happy Lunar New Year. Again, my name's Amihan. I use they and she pronouns. As a Panay, I'm really honored to be able to be here today sharing my music with y'all. I think for a while I really shied away from sharing my story, thinking that, oh, maybe it's only relatable to Filipinos or only relatable to folks here in the Bay. But I think once I realized, the more we share our stories, the more we're able to view our connections between each other and between our people's struggles. So I'm gonna just share some of my story with y'all today. This first song is about my family's migration story. It's an oral history, and it's called Roots. So you can play the first track. My father's ancestors up in the province of Ilocos, my Lolas from wherever. See her called that home at just 2 cents a year. Had to move across the globe, Lolo just got stationed in San Francisco. Now he's in the Navy and sailing the West Coast, serving for a country that don't serve his people. U.S. military with schemes that are lethal just to pump some diesel, but that's just the prequel. Once in high school, my Lola moved to Delano with a migrant uncle trying to make dollars from pesos, but constantly the struggling because the pay's low. So he joined the strikes for Latinos and Filipinos. Lola graduated, then moved back to the Bay, and her and my Lolo, they raised 3 generations. Then the house that we all grew up in was taken because of gentrification. They couldn't make the payments. They created 6 kids, 13 grandchildren. Then were faced with displacement from the mission. Now me, my parents and siblings, only ones left in the city my whole family grew up in. So listen to me, this is an oral history. These are the stories that you'll never read on textbook sheets. These narratives immigrated back from the Philippines. So vibe with the speech, vibe with the beat. So listen to me, this is an oral history. These are the stories that you'll never read on textbook sheets. These narratives immigrated back from the Philippines. So vibe with the speech, vibe with the beat. Vibe with the speech, said vibe with the beat, said vibe with the vibe with the history, vibe with the history. Said 1973, take us back to the Philippines. Mama was born in Luzon and Quezon City. Similarly, she's a city kid like me, and we both hold it down as the oldest of our siblings. Yeah, Lola was a teacher for a living, but then they had to leave the only home they lived in. Lolo don't wanna go, but he left unwilling, cause they had to escape Marcos and his killings. That's just the beginning. So when my mom was only 8, she flew 7,000 miles and landed in LA. Yeah, reunited with the family in the States, was faced with a new culture to embrace. Now with the brown face, she was in the majority in a foreign place. As a model minority, her struggles erased in the spaces of the pages of this nation. Someone said she shared his situation orally. See, these stories are more than me. Yeah, they're more than me. Listen to me, this is an oral history. These are the stories that you'll never read on textbook sheets. These narratives immigrated back from the Philippines. So vibe with the speech, vibe with the peace, and listen to me, this is an oral history. These are the stories that you'll never read on textbook sheets. These narratives immigrated back from the Philippines. So vibe with the speech, vibe with the beat, vibe with the speech, said vibe with the beat, said vibe with the vibe with the history, vibe with, come on, put your hands up. Vibe with the speech, vibe with the beat, vibe with the speech, vibe with the beat, vibe with the history, vibe with the history. From the motherland to the belly of the beast, from the Philippines to the SFC, said to the SFC. From the motherland to the belly of the beast, from the Philippines to the SFC, to the SFC. Thank you. Cool, so I got a couple more tracks for y'all. I just want to mention that I actually also produce all my own music. I don't have any music out, but everything I'm performing today I wrote and I produced just on GarageBand, try to teach myself, so thank y'all for y'all's energy. For this next song, I wrote it back in college when I started organizing. I was in a youth and students organization called Amihan in Davis. And Amihan is fighting for freedom for our peoples in the Philippines. And like I said earlier, I think it's really when I started organizing that I was able to really understand all of our interconnected struggles. And so that's what this one's about. This one's called FTP for the People. I was asked to keep it clean, so I'm gonna do my best. You can play the next track. Da 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 da. Say la da 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 da. La da 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 da. Get the pack. I ain't tryna react, As the fascist government running, tell them to pack up. Looking to rip him if it clever learning from the past, cause ain't none gets past us. Yeah, we pushing past the late stage of the system, this the last one. Key in ignition, capitalism's on its last run. Now we can't fathom a world without prisons, tuition, and political villains trying to catch some. Yeah, I know I got you gassed up. Yeah, I know I got you wondering what comes after. All these bureaucrats get stacked up and strapped up. They don't even keep the cat tucked. Nah, this for my folks who never had none. This for my fam who lost their homes and had to pack up. Matter of fact, profiting off poverty don't add up. Cause our tax cash funds killings all around. We paying for the bombs, they dropping them in the now. See, live our sons and daughters living without peace. See our dollars running how deep? What you know about the cash funding killings all around? We paying for the guns, police shooting round the town. See, they the biggest thugs in these streets, hello rowdy. So that loud speech if it ain't about peace, yeah. Said that loud speech if it ain't about peace, yeah. Said that loud speech if it ain't about. Hold up, I'm taking it back to undergrad sitting in classes. In college, all of this critical thinking, they teaching no action. So we built up a national democratic youth and students organization upon the campus. Listen up, facts, this theory ain't knowledge if it ain't put into practice. That's strategic and symbolic in the university. Church for prestige and for profit, the admin. And the lesson plan I'm learning from the masses. Back in the motherland and all across the planet. With or without weapons in hand, we tryna pass this systematic imperialist apparatus. Hey. Yo, say what's happening as I'm rapping, the military is attacking. Lunar schools are pruning the seeds of freedom they planted for monetary transactions. See, I told you cash funds, killings all around. We paying for the bombs they dropping in Palestine. See, there are sons and daughters living without peace. See, our dollars running how deep? What you know about the cash funding killings all around? We paying for the guns, police shooting around the town. See, they the biggest thugs in these streets, hello rowdy. Yeah, so that loud speech if it ain't about peace. Yeah, except that loud speech if it ain't about peace. Yeah, Said wake up, hat, wanna hear you scream and shout. See, where are my people at? A little bit louder, yeah. We want justice for our people. Hey, where are my people at? A little bit louder, yeah. We want justice for our people. Can you help me out? Say for our people. Said, so who we do this for? For our people. Said for our people. Hey, yo, yeah, we do this for our people. Trying to survive a world so lethal. This for my people, our people, yeah, look, said for our people. Thank you. Before I get into this last track, I just want to say, if y'all want to support me, I really only have my music on Instagram, so you can follow me at AMIIHAN. Cool, so I'm gonna just do this last track for y'all. This song I wrote after going to the Philippines for the very first time. I went on an integration trip, and I integrated with indigenous communities, and we learned about their struggle fighting for their ancestral land, for their homes that they've been living on for generations and generations. And so this song is called Dear Kasama. In Tagalog, Kasama translates to comrade or someone in the same fight. And so this song is dedicated to the folks that I met while on this trip. It's in the form of a letter. So yeah, you can play the last track. Kasama, how you been? Can I holler at you? Cause I'm anxious but don't wanna be a bother. I'm writing you this letter cause I bottled up my trauma. Send it overseas to the birthplace of my mama. Cause I was raised in the States like my father, where the water ain't much calmer. Cause the waves of migration based in commerce, and the strains of displacement based in common. How can we prosper on land that's stolen from brown hands, that's sown with the seeds planting, growing on concrete? Where community used to be, tell me, do you grieve for your home like me? Do you grieve for the earth like me? I've seen a mountain range flat and paved made into a street. I've seen families grow weak, going hungry for weeks, cause we live off green abundance used to flow free. We struggling to breathe, toxins polluting the breeze, and the shoulders tense, carrying stress overseas. In the countryside and under city lights, in the Philippines, in the 415, our people trying to survive, yeah. So we just trying to survive, yeah. Look, we just trying to survive, trying to flow with the tides. So we drown and we rise through the lows and the highs. We just trying to survive, so I flow with the tide, but I'm barely alive, shit, I'm barely Sunsets in the west balances my solar plexus. Though we are oceans away, these rays connect us. Ain't eight of the blue and red flag that represents us. Distance doesn't mean disconnection. There's a reflection. View the world through my perception. Underage, drowning on my rage in a red cup. Burn some herbs in search of some protection. spark a blunt when I'm trying to reach ascension. Then some said I'm striving for progression. 21 with better ways to deal with my aggressions. 21 revolutions round the sun, but the truth is my work in this one just begun. Cause the sun shine brighter where you from, and the heat from police hit like weed in your lungs. Don't gotta pee off the drugs to become a victim. This a war on the poor, on the brown, on the young.
Yeah, so this a war on the,
This a war on the poor, on the brown, on the young. So we mourn for our own as the dawn turns to dusk. In the fog of the going down Manila sun. Yeah, we mourn for our own as the love turns to
so we mourn for yeah, we mourn for our own as the dawn turns to in the fog of the snow and the Manila sun. So this a war on the, so we mourn for our own as the love turns to blood.
And though our pain hit the same, we can trace our journey, see where they overlay. We can bury our stories, see that they can't create again. As forest after rain descends, said we wane and we change like the moon. Parang Juan said we bloom and we thrive. Parang mga balayan through monsoon. The one native languages ain't in tune. Our pain ain't the same, but the DNA flowing through our veins, straight from the homeland. Said like the moon, we going through phases. As the moving going through waves, we may crash, but the ocean gon' catch the impact. From each dusk to its dawn, may our people grow strong. Raise fists, raise arms, draw strength from the stars. From each dusk to its dawn, may our movement grow strong. May we breathe on to the motherland with love. Amihan. Thank you, everyone.